We are back again, and today we are talking to a man I'm a huge fan of, professional fighter Justin Richwine, and you've got some big stuff coming up. We're going to see you in the
Hey,
professional boxing world against Alex the Rhino Davis on May 13th.
yep. I'm excited to finally get back in there. Been a little while, I started getting itchy, ready to go. So I'm ready. I'm ready to come down and, as always, put on a good show.
It's been a while since we've seen you. What have you been up to?
Man, a lot of things in life. A couple of days before Thanksgiving, I was in a pretty bad wreck. Lady turned in front of me and turned left in front of me, and I had the right away to try to run through the light and kind of totaled my car. So I've been down a little bit with a broken elbow, but I'm all healed up and stuff clear for that. So I took it as an opportunity to go back to school, and I'm using my GI Bill to finish up my audio engineering degree. I'm going to International College of Broadcasting, doing video production and audio engineering, finishing that up. So it's pretty exciting.
That is exciting. So you're a college
Yeah.
boy now. What's that like, starting school back? When you've already, you're. I'm not gonna say you're an old man, but you're almost an old man.
Almost, yeah. Did all that time in the military. I did a little college before the military. I did a little college after the military. But really, I've been doing music since I was 12 years old. So it's kind of like, the good saying, if you love what you do, it isn't considered work. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. I'm feeling real energetic. I have more energy. I have more time to do things I like to do. And it's something I've done for 25 years. So it's kind of like I'm ready to get it going.
So you're doing it, and your ultimate goal is get in the music business and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've always recorded music. Like when I was overseas, I would produce music and record and soundproof studios and things like that. So inevitably, yeah, I'd actually like to get to more of the producing and publishing of music. That's really where the people don't understand. They see their favorite artist and they're like, hey, he must be rich. But imagine the money the people get that made him free. So that's where. It's just exciting. It's exciting to tell stories. It's exciting to hear just different genres and to be able to put it all together and be like, that's the final product that everybody's out. And that's sweet. It's a fun thing to do.
So do you stick to like a certain genre of music, or do you just hear something or hear a particular artist and you're like, this guy's got it?
Yeah, it's really crazy. A lot of people have their genres. Obviously, I like hip hop and I like R&B and I like my rock, but I respect it all. In order to be good at doing audio engineering, you really have to be able to see the good qualities, to be able to be like, that would be awesome. So, yeah, I kind of respect it all, and I listen to a little bit of everything, and I'll pick songs apart, based off. You hear that instrument in the background? Do you guys hear that piano in the background? They're like, no, you're just hearing. You're not hearing the fundamentals of it.
So give the people, since you're an insider, give the people about 3 artists they need to be listening to that they've probably not heard of.
Well, one is, I am going to throw it out there. Tech Nine. I know a lot of people have heard of Tech Nine. He's not a super mainstream, but he's been one of my favorite artists since I was a little kid, and I've been seeing him a few times. So it's always like a personal show. It's always awesome. A lot of different stuff. NF is a good one, a good rapper, things like that. And then, of course, my daughter listens to R&B and stuff, so we're on that Tootsie. We're on that song right now, so a little bit of everything.
So we talked last time you were on the podcast. You're a family man, too. What's the family been up to? Any new updates?
Growing like weeds, My oldest son is 13, so it makes me feel old. But they're playing. He plays football and does basketball. My middle child, my daughter, she does competition cheer, doing backflips, somersaults, front of thousands of people. And I'm like, hey, you love it. And then my youngest, he's just kind of starting to get into his niche. He's 7, so he's like a parkour off the furniture, video gaming. I really think he's going to be like a computer hacker or something, because the other day, me and my wife caught him trying to input mods into Gorilla Tag so he could do modifications. I'm like, dude, you're 7 years old. Get back out. Just play the game.
So, have any of them expressed any interest in training or fighting?
My daughter, every time, just like that. Come on. So, I feel sorry for other 10-year-old boys or girls that are strong, goes to the gym and does that stuff too. So,
How would you ever feel if that day came and she said, Dad, I want to be a fighter too?
I would support it. Like, I can't say, nah, I don't want to do that. Like, do it. If you're going to do it, let's do it. See if it's for you, and of course I'll be right there, beside her, helping her, coaching herself, and give her the tools to at least see, because as parents, that's what we want to do, right? As parents, we want to make sure we give our children opportunities and tools that we didn't have to see that what I say, come on, let's go then.
And so, coming up next, we're going to see you in boxing. And, I'm used to seeing you in MMA, used to seeing you in kickboxing. Is this your first professional boxing match?
No, this will be my 4th, actually. So
it's not something that's new to you. You've been there, done that.
Yeah.
How do you see this fight playing out? You're up against Alex Davis. I'm sure you know him really well. You've been seeing him fighting for the last couple of years now.
Yeah. Alex is a good dude. He fought on the same card when I fought Garrison and actually won the kickboxing title. That's kind of how I got a little preview of him. And he's consistent. He stays active. He's not one of those guys that are like, I'm going to fight, and you don't hear from him. And he's constantly wanting to get things. And he actually kind of stepped in on this. This was kind of switch up because I was coming to do MMA on the 13th. I guess my opponent got injured or so we pushed that to the side. And he's like, "You want to box?" I was like, "Sure." I guess Alex was like, "Sure." So, it's just I like it. I dig. He's competitive. He's active. So kind of like, cool.
So this is one of those things. You just did it by chance, and you want to be active. I know you told me a while back you're itching for a fight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things. It's like, especially coming off injury and getting healed up, like back into the gym and getting a groove thing. It allows me to kind of slow down a little bit, focus on boxing. I ain't got to worry about grappling, all that stuff.
And, we just saw Alex Davis compete for that pro NLC title against Jeremy Karchner. It didn't his way. Do you think if this fight goes well, do you see yourself maybe trying to go after that belt too?
Hey, I'm proudly holding the super heavyweight kickboxing title. That's my forte. I'm not on a mission to go take every belt I can. If the opportunity lays out in front of me, of course I'm gonna jump onto it. But I'm not in the game to be like, yep, I'm coming after that right now. I don't care. Listen, one step at a time.
Well, I'll tell you this, I'll ask a more direct question. You watched the Karchner Davis fight, I'm sure.
Yeah, I seen it.
How do you think you stack up against Karchner in a title fight?
I mean, I'm a confident guy, so I always feel like no matter what, I'm gonna bring what I bring. Every fight should be different. All through anybody's career, no matter MMA, kickboxing, boxing, every fight is not the same. So, coming up till we walk into the ring, just never know what the outcome is, how they're feeling the night before. But I always think my team is good when I'm going into. I think it would be a good fight.
And so this fight with Davis, what do you see your edge as?
Edge wise, I don't really know. I know he's not. A lot of these guys I fought recently on healthy, have been bigger than me, or a little bit bigger than me, and I've had the speed advantage. So maybe uh, my speed will come out there. I really think that the advantage is that my experience. Uh, a lot of people have a game plan until you get in there and you get touched, and then you're oh, okay, yeah, all right, I don't want that to happen. So I just think experience is an advantage.
And how do you see Alex's mentality coming into this fight after taking a hard loss in his last one?
Like I watched that fight, and I seen the cut, and it takes one a lot of courage to get in there anyway. But it's even more disheartening when you have to take a knee. Like I can't, I know he's itching to get that back. I know he's like, whether there's a little disappointment in himself or whatnot, but that's part of the game. I've gotten cuts that stop fights and things like that. That's part of the game. I don't think that takes away any credit towards him. I don't think it takes away any of his heart. I don't think it takes away skill. It's just part of the game. So
I'm of the mindset really that you don't really know what a fighter's made of until he takes that first loss. And, Davis, it was a tough loss. And I thought, I wonder how he's going to deal with this. Well, it was that night at the event. He was like, dude, I'm ready to come back stronger. He had the perfect mentality. And I see he's been working hard. This fight intrigues me a lot. It's such a good matchup. I do think you have the experience advantage. And I think it's going to be a big factor for him to deal with. But Alex is a game opponent. And I think it's going to be a hell of a fight.
I think it's going to be fun. Like I said, I never try to disrespect my opponents. Of course, why would I say yeah if I didn't think I could win it? Why would he say yeah if he didn't have an idea that he could? Nobody's kind enough to do that. Like I said, it's just different when you get in there with somebody because size, speed, experience, all that stuff factors in, and then you get touched with something that's just holy crap, I was not expecting that. Expect the unexpected. Never challenge somebody's heart until in there. Then you challenge the heart as the fight goes on. Nothing but.
So, what are your long-term goals? I know you got to beat Alex Davis first thing.
Yeah.
What do you plan on doing next? Now that you're healthy, now that you're ready to be active again, what do you see yourself doing down the road?
Well, I'd love to go to this beautiful thing right here. I have fun doing that. That's more of my niche. That's what I like to do. I've heard particular people calling me out. Nothing's come to fruition. So I just want to defend and I want to stay a little active too. I actually am working my way down to go back to MMA, but I want to do it at 205. I really maybe the next year and a half, I might hang the MMA gloves up and just do some kickboxing and boxing to finish it out. So before I do that, I want to drop down and, make that cut, do that 205 and see how I feel down there. I'm a little scared to see how I am down there. If I can do that at this size, 45
what are you walking around at right now?
Right now, I'm about 265.
I think you can make that easily, though. Like, dude, I fought at 165 just 3 years ago.
I know. I've seen the video that they.
It's strange. Like once you start working at it, weight falls off, and then you wouldn't have. I don't think you'd have to have too hard of a cut.
Nah, I think you'd be okay. Just getting the eating and stuff down and focus on that. That's really
the hard part, dude. Is the discipline of it. Like it's nice being a heavyweight when you don't have to worry. You just walk around, eat what you want, have a good time. And then you look at these small fighters who are cutting all this weight, and they're absolutely miserable.
Yeah.
Why would I want to do that?
Yeah. Hey, I have to put myself through it at least once. I have to see how I perform down at that weight, So.
But before we go, is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything you got on your mind?
No. I'm just excited to come down there. This is a stacked card. I think me and Alex are the co-main. So we get to sit and watch, 20 other fights before us. which can be either a long night or a short night, depending on how that goes. But it's always fun. Um, yeah, I really ain't got nothing. I just want to shout out, my team, Vision MMA, my coaches, Gabe Charbonneau out in Colorado, like everybody that stuck with me. I've been doing this. I'm hit 10-year mark now from amateur all the way up to this point almost. So I've been doing it for a minute, and I got in the game a little late. So now I'm starting to feel it too. Training camp and all this good stuff. I'm like, okay, I ain't a spring chicken anymore, but I can still bring it. So I just got it. That's what it's all about.
Well, I'll tell you this. I, for one, am looking forward to seeing you bring it. It's been a while since I've got to call you. You're one of your fights. And I'll tell you this. I'm a big fan of Alex as well. And I think we've got a hell of a co-main event set for Bridgeport on May 13th.
I think it's going to be awesome.
It's the scholar. It's the gentleman. It's the man with the beautiful beard. It's Justin Richwine. It's the champion.
Hey, I love all y'all. Make sure you're out there May 13th. Stacked card. Keith always puts on good shows. You got my buddy here doing the commentary. It's always a good production, always a good time. You come out, you have some good fun, you see some good fights, you get excited, you cheer on your home guy, you boo the away guy. I'm okay with that. Just make some noise, okay?
He's the bad guy. He's ready for your boos. They only make him stronger.
That's it. Give me all your boos. I'll take them.
But ladies and gentlemen, Justin Richwine.
All right, Elijah. Appreciate you having me on. Take the time, man.